Hi everybody, welcome to Music Moves for Piano Book 2, Unit 20. This is our last unit for Book 2 before we move on to Book 3. So we're going to start with the Duple meter song. Bum, 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 sing with me. Duple meter moves into, moves into, moves into. Duple meter moves into, move into with me. And chant macro beats on do. Do, do, do. Micro beats. Do day, do day, do day, do day. Echo me, please. Do day, do to do day. Do, do day, day, do. Do day, day, do ta ta do today. Do day, 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 do. I'm going to sing some different songs for you. The first one's called Honeybee. Would you please pretend that you're jugglers? Do, sol, mi, do, ti, do. Bum, 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 ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. As you can tell, I have no idea how to juggle. Do, sol, mi, do, ti, do. I'm going to sing cuckoo. Would you please pretend that you're a little bird flying? Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum. Ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. And I'm going to sing Love Somebody. Do, sol, mi, do, ti, do. Would you please do a strong dance for your shoulders and your hands? Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. Let's do some tonal patterns for this unit. We're continuing to practice our subdominant chord in major. We're doing our tonal syllables with these. And because you don't get a whole lot of practice with these just in life, walking around, I'm going to give you a whole lot of patterns, just like I did last time. So, bear with me here. Do, sol, mi, do, ti, do. Here we go, 2 patterns at a time. Do, mi, sol, sol, re, ti. Stop. You know what I did? I heard F as do, but that's what happens. The subdominant can change things. The subdominant is really the only thing that can make you question whether tonic is actually tonic. And it just worked on me a moment ago. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, ti, do. Try again. Fa, la, do, sol, mi. Fa, la, do, sol, mi. Do, la, fa, mi, so, do. Do, la, fa, mi, so, do. Fa, do, la, like last unit, I know that was a lot of patterns, and I know that was a lot of patterns in a row. So if you were having trouble focusing on that, come back, listen to it again. I'd encourage you to do that anyway. Either come back to this point on the video, or you can go to the pattern CD, look at the front, it'll tell you major tonality, tonic, and subdominant chords with rhythm, with tonal syllables. So look for that track and you can just echo those patterns. You're just trying to get these subdominant chords in your ears. All right, our song to sing for this unit is called See How I'm Jumping. La, mi, do, la, si, la. Go ahead and move your whole body lightly while I sing this song. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. So what's the meter of this song? I'll sing just a little bit of it again. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. So this is in duple meter. Go ahead and echo these rhythm patterns after me. Do, day, do, ready, chant. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Do, day to do, day, do, day, do, day. Do, day to do, day, do, day, do. Do, day to do, day to do, day, do. So we're going to listen for these rhythm patterns. Notice they're very similar to each other. Those first two patterns only had one beat that was different, and the last two patterns only had one beat that was different. So we're going to listen, we're going to do something a little bit different at the beginning. So I'm going to sing the first pattern of the song, and then I'd like for you to respond by chanting the pattern with rhythm syllables. So I'll give you one time as an example, and then we'll do it together. So here's an example of what this will look like. Mi, do, la, si, la. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Do, day to do, day, do, day, do, day. Ooh, let's try that together. Do, day, do, here I go. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Do, day to do, day, do, day, do, day. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Do, day to do, day, do, day, do. Different thing to try. So if you noticed, those two patterns right in a row made up our first part of the song. So we'll call that our A part of the song. Now let's listen for the next rhythm pattern, and we're going to do this differently. I'm going to show you the rhythm pattern, and then I want you to think about how many times it happens in our B part of the song, our next section. So here's the rhythm. Here we go. Do, day to do, day to do, day, do. Do, day to do, day to do, day, do. Here we go. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. So that rhythm happened 2 times in a row. So we had our first and second rhythms, that's our A part. Had our third rhythm pattern twice in a row, that's our B part. Now here's the last thing I want you to listen for rhythm. The end of the song, is it like the A part or is it like the B part? We're particularly listening for rhythm at this moment. Mi, do, la, si, la. I'll sing the whole song. If you're listening for the end, is it like A or like B? Here I go. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. That's A. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum bum. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum bum. That's B. Bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum. Bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum. So the ending was like the A part. Not only were the rhythms the same, but the pitches were the same as well. And unlike what often happens, where our last A part is a little bit different, this one was exactly the same. So A, B, A. Go ahead and echo these tonal patterns, please. Mi, do, la, si, la, bum, 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 do, la, ti, so, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. So we're going to listen for those first two tonal patterns in the song. I'd like you to listen for both of them because it may be easier to hear them if you're comparing them to each other. So our first pattern is bum, bum. Second pattern, bum, bum. So first one, do, la. Second, ti, so. All right, so I'm going to do the whole song. Listen for do, la, and ti, so. Here's do, bum, bum, bum. Here I go, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum bum. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum bum. Bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum. Bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum. So now I'll show you in the whole song where those patterns happen by singing the solfege. Bum bum bum, here I go. Do do bum la la, ti so bum bum. Do do bum la la, ti so bum. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum bum. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum bum. Do do bum la la, ti so bum bum. Do do bum la la, ti so bum. So the pattern happened twice in the A part, and then because we repeated the A part, it happened twice. That set happened twice here as well. Now we're going to listen for this last tonal pattern. Bum, 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 do, re, mi. And I'll sing the whole song again. See where you can find that pattern. Do. Bum, bum, bum. Here we go. Bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum 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 ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum ba ba bum 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 ba ba bum ba ba bum 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 ba ba bum bum ba ba bum 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 ba ba bum bum ba ba bum. So this pattern, do re mi, only happens in the B part of the song. So I'm just going to show you the B part of the song. Here I go, do, do, re, mi, ba, ba, do, re, mi, do, do, re, mi, mi, ba, do, re, mi. So it happens all over in this middle part of the song. Kind of like the rhythms. We had some other things going on in the A part, and then the B part repeats. So go ahead and sing the song with me, and then I want to point something out to you about this song. Bum, 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 sing with me. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Notice that in this song, the tone tonality changes. In the A part of the song, we're in minor tonality, and our resting tone is la, bum, ba, ba, la. In the B part of the song, we're in major tonality, and the resting tone is do, do, da, ba, bum, ba, ba, do, bum, ba. I'm going to go ahead and just harmonize this for you for a moment so you can really hear that difference. So I'm going to play a harmonization and sing the melody. If you want, you can go ahead and sing the melody with me. Bum, 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 sing with me. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Could you hear that change? Oh, I think that's so neat. And this is something that happens often in pieces of music where we'll have a section at the beginning and the end that's in one key, but in the middle we'll go to a different key. Or even just that we'll have two different sections that are in two different keys and maybe we don't go back. Depends on the piece. All right, I'm going to come back away from the keyboard and we're going to finish our movement here. So we're going to do triple meter. Bum, ba, bum, sing with me. Triple now feel as we're moving in three, moving in three, moving in three. Triple now feel as we're moving in three. Move now in triple with me. And chant macro beats on do. Do, do, do. Micro beats. Do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee. I chant macro beats, you chant micro beats. Do, do, do. Switch. Do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee. I'm going to sing swinging. Ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. Would you please pretend you're swinging on a rope swing while I sing this song? Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Do some rhythm patterns, and here's what you get to do after the rhythm patterns. I'm going to chant a pattern and you respond by chanting your own pattern, any other pattern in triple meter, because we'll be in triple meter. Whoop. Get some hair out of the way. Do da dee do, here we go. Do da dee to do da dee do. Do ta da dee do da ta dee do da ta dee do. Do ta dee do da dee do ta 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 do. Do ta dee do. I hope you enjoyed doing that. If you want to do more of that, you can come back to this spot on the video, though there aren't very many patterns for you to try. What might be more interesting is to go to the pattern CD, look at the tracks that are triple meter and that have divisions and division elongations. Right now we're doing them with rhythm syllables. So find those two tracks that do those with rhythm syllables. You could also do this with the tracks that use neutral syllables. You could just respond with ba. All right, we're going to come to the keyboard and do some keyboard geography and technique. So we have several things that we're looking at today, some review things and then something new. So we're going to do, just for our first review, this is way back from the beginning of the book. This is the tonic, dominant tonic melodic cadence when G is do and then when E is la. So this is starting on page 4. If you need to look at this, go ahead and just play it. As you play, let's go ahead and sing. And I'm going to play the root harmony for this while we sing and play. Do, mi, sol, sol, ti, sol, fa, re, ti, do, mi, do. This is something that you could start to do with the tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadence. I would love for you to try that. So on the left hand, you're playing do for the tonic chord, so for the dominant chord, and back to do. Why don't you go ahead and try playing that in your left hand while you play the tonic, the cadence in your right hand. Here we go. Do, mi, sol, sol, ti, sol, fa, re, ti, do, mi, do. Then we're going to do the same thing when E is La. Do, La. Remember, these two keys are relatives. They share the same solfege on the same notes. So for this one, I'm going to play the root harmony. You can just play the cadence, and then I'll have you play the root harmony. La, do, mi, si, mi, re, ti, si, la, do, la. Now go ahead and play the root harmony. La, mi, la. Here we go. La, do, mi, si, mi, re, ti, si, la, do, la. That's our first thing. Go ahead and write this down. Make sure you're practicing this week. The second thing is we're going to play the tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios in G major and E minor. That's when G is do and E is La. So for these, we're going to practice singing our root harmony before we start. So for G major, do, do, so, do. Go ahead and sing that with me. Do, do, so, do. Now go ahead and see if you can play and sing while I play and sing. Otherwise, when I'm done, you can pause and try it. Do, do, so, do. Now we're going to play when E is La. Do, La. For this one, let's go ahead and sing up for me. La, la, mi, la. Go ahead and sing that with me. La, la, mi, la. Here we go. La, la, mi, la. And then that's the second thing. Make sure you write that down. Make sure you write that you're singing the root harmony while you play. And the third thing is we're going to play the F major scale. If you need to look at this, this is on page 16. If you needed to look at the tonic, dominant arpeggios when G is do and E is La, that was on page 21. Okay, so page 16 if you need it for the F major scale. Just to make sure, I'm going to start with my right hand, 4 fingers, hand up and forward for the black key. Cross over to your ring finger. So those 2 tetrachords, 2 sets of 4 keys and 4 fingers. Then in your left hand, this is our same scale fingering as G major or C major or E major. Cross over to your middle finger. Make sure you're always keeping your arm balanced behind each finger that's playing. So those are the review things. Make sure you write that down. Then we're going to do something new. So take a look in your book at page 53. And we're going to learn the D flat major scale. So go ahead and find D flat on the piano. D flat's a black key. It's in the set of 2 black keys. So just find that in some different places across the keyboard. So we're going to play the scale with one finger before we start thinking about the fingering. Take a look here. It uses all of the black keys and 2 white keys. So just pay attention to those 2 white keys as you get to them. Try it with your other hand. Make sure you're not sticking a finger out to play. The whole hand moves together. So now we're going to start practicing the fingering, and there are all sorts of wonderful steps over here on the left side to get the scale fingering for this, and we're going to go through those together so that you can practice that. So you're going to have 2 fingers that play the 2 black keys. If you look on your page, that's right here. You're playing the 2 black keys. So play the 2 black keys together. Use these 2 fingers. That's going to be in either hand. I just find it with both hands in different places on the keyboard. So that's the 2 black keys. This is our step number 2 on the side. Now step 3, we're going to play the 3 black keys together. So notice which fingers you're going to use for the 3 black keys. It's your 3 middle fingers. Play those in different places on the keyboard. Then it says play the thumb keys. So these are the white keys that you're going to play. Practice finding those. They are right next to the sets of black keys, the set of 3 and the set of 2. So I'm just going to start with one hand. Find these white keys. Then I'm going to find those white keys with my other hand. Make sure you're trying this with me, or pause the video and then you do this yourself. So just to get a sense of where they are, make sure when you see those white keys, you see them in relation to the sets of 2 and sets of 3 black keys, so you know how to find them when we get to the scale. Okay, and then 5th, it says play blocking the black keys. So for this part, for steps 5 through 7 here on the left, we're going to do this just with the right hand to start out. So we're going to play 2 black keys, because that's where we're starting, is on D flat. And then the thumb crosses under, thumb on the white key, all 3 black keys, thumb on the white key, and then just go to D flat. And then back down to the thumb on the white key, 3 black keys, thumb on the white key, and then the 2 black keys. So this is blocking. This is called blocking. We're going to play several notes at the same time, that eventually we're going to play one at a time. Do the same thing in this hand. We're going to play the sets of 2 black keys, and then your thumb, 3 black keys, then your thumb, 2 black keys, then your thumb, 3 black keys, then your thumb. And if you're having trouble following that, I just realized I missed 2 steps that I had practiced. So it says play the thumb note, then play the 2 black keys at the same time. Use each hand. That's number 5. So you're just practicing this movement from the thumb key to the set of 2 black keys. That's a great way to start. You can do the same thing here, the thumb key, and then 2 black keys. In this hand, you're going to be crossing over. You could do the thumb key and then the 3 black keys. Same thing in this hand, thumb key and then the 3 black keys. Then you try the whole scale, blocking the sets of black keys. So you pick which hand you want to do. I'm going to use my left hand. Try to use a non-dominant hand here. 2 black keys, thumb note, 3 black keys, thumb note, D flat, thumb note, 3 black keys, thumb note, 2 black keys. scale. So we're playing the notes one at a time, just from D flat up to the next D flat. I'm going to start with my left hand. So sets of 2, thumb, set of 3, thumb, and then you're going to go to your middle finger because that's the finger you would use, thumb, set of 3, one at a time, thumb, and then set of 2. Now we're going to go to the, let's do one more thing with the left hand. So we just did 1 octave. Now we're going to try playing 2 octaves. We're going to go from D flat, skip a D flat, go all the way to the next one. Let's try it. So this is the left hand. 2 fingers, thumb, set of 3, thumb, set of 2. We keep going. Thumb, set of 3, thumb, and middle finger back down. Thumb, thumb, and then set of 2. So we're going to do those 2 things with this hand now. So same thing, 2 fingers, and your thumb. We're just doing 1 octave. Thumb, D flat, and back. And then 2 octaves. And then you come back down. Go ahead and practice this yourself. If you notice after that it says practice the scale 1 to 4 octaves. So you're going to chant and play macro beats. And so let's go ahead and just try that a little bit. So for 1 octave, I'm going to use my left hand. Do, day, do, here I go. Do, 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 Then when we do 2 octaves, we're going to play with do days. Do, day, do, ready, play. Do, day, 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 do. When you can do that, at least with the 1 and the 2 octave scales, then grab your handy dandy metronome. I hope you have one of these. Mine looks different than yours may look. You could have one of those almost triangle shapes that has the pendulum that swings back and forth and goes tick, 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 tick. You might have an electronic one. You might have an app on your phone. There are lots of ways to have a metronome. So I have my metronome set to 48 beats per minute. So if I'm doing my 1 octave scale, I'm going to chant some micro beats with the metronome just so that I am on the same track here. Do, day, do, ready, play. Do, 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 do. And I'm actually thinking do, day, 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 do. So then it gets me ready for the 2 octaves. Do, day, do, ready, play. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day, day, do, day, do, day, do, day, do. When you do, if you want to try the 3 octave scale, I leave it at the same place. I'm going to move down an octave so I don't have to go so far. And I'm going to chant do, da, dee, do, ready, play. Do, da, dee, 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 going to start even an octave lower so I don't have to cross so far across myself. Do to day to do to day to do day. I'm doing this all pretty much with a separated style of articulation. If that's comfortable and you're moving freely, you could try it with a connected style. So there are a lot of things you can do with that, but here are the things that I want for sure. So this week, I want you to be able to play a 1 octave D flat major scale and a 2 octave D flat major scale. If you can, please chant do's for the 1 octave scale and do days for the 2 octave scale. And then if you're able, try with the metronome. And again, I had mine set at 48 beats per minute. You might find that you can go faster. You might find that going more slowly is going to make it easier as well. All right, enough of the D flat major scale. We will come back to this in another unit. So we're going to look at the exploration, creativity, improvisation section here. This is back a couple of pages. So this is on page 51 in your book. So we're continuing to practice this whole tone scale. So for the first thing here, play 3 white piano keys around a set of 2 black piano keys, followed by a set of 3 black keys. Use 2 hands. Let's make sure we both do this together here. So find those keys. The name for the sound created by the 6 tones is a whole tone scale. Play these 6 piano keys in different areas of the keyboard. Go ahead and do that now. Listen to how similar and how different it sounds in different places. These are the keys we're going to use for the rest of this project. So press the damper pedal down. I'm going to tell you what to do, and then I'm going to have you pause the video and do this. You're going to press the damper pedal down, keep the heel, your heel of your foot resting on the floor. So it's the ball of your foot that's coming into contact with the edge of the pedal. The damper pedal is the one all the way on the right. Move slowly in triple meter. Chant a 4 macro beat triple meter macro micro pattern, just like do da dee do da dee do da dee do, something like that. Improvise with that rhythm pattern and then repeat your idea. Go ahead and pause and do that. The next thing you're going to do with your whole tone scale is to improvise a 4 macro beat triple meter idea, but then repeat it 1 octave higher. So if you did do da dee 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 do. Go ahead and pause and do that. And then the last thing for this project is we're going to improvise a 4 macro beat triple meter idea, answer it in a different area of the keyboard, so it doesn't have to be 1 octave higher, 1 octave lower, just somewhere else, and use a contrasting rhythm pattern, something different. So if I did do da dee do da dee do da dee do something like that, you can come up with a different rhythm pattern to answer yourself. Go ahead and pause and do that. And then our other project continues to help us practice different orders of the minor triad tones. So right now we're doing an A minor tonic triad. Let's go ahead and play that tonic triad arpeggio. And A is La. And go ahead and play and sing different orders. We'll do 2 of these together and then you can do the rest yourself. Oh, I'll play first. La, mi, do. Mi, la, do. Go ahead and pause. You can sing while you play or after. See how many of those you can find. And then we're going to do a couple of improv projects that are not in the book. So the first one of these is we have a whole different set of things that we're going to use for experimentation with whole tone sounds. So make sure you're using that whole tone scale again. I'd like you to, after each one of these things that I introduce, pause and try some things. So I want you to, using whole tone sounds, play anything that you want using whole tone sounds on the keyboard. Any rhythm patterns, any ideas, go ahead. The next thing we're going to do is I want you this time for your improvisation to experiment with different areas of the keyboard. So make sure you're not just in one spot. Make sure you're moving around in different areas. It can be short, it can be long. You can use a rhythm pattern and just try this in different areas of the keyboard. Go ahead. All right, this time, go ahead and experiment with different styles of articulation. Make sure you have some separated sounds, some connected sounds, and remember that it's not just separated connected like an on-off switch. There are different levels of separated. So we can have very separated or a little separated. This is separated, and so is this. And there's everything in between that are all varieties of separated. Same with connected. Not as much a variation. This is connected, but the way that you move your hand, if you're really rocking from one key to the next, it'll give you a different connected sound than if you're just going from one finger to the next finger. So experiment with that. Now this time I want you to improvise something that experiments with contrasting tempos. Remember our tempo markings that we talked about before? So you have adagio, largo, I don't think we had presto, allegro. Try those different tempos. This time I want you to improvise something that experiments with different dynamics. So we have pianissimo, piano, mezzo forte, forte, fortissimo. We also have crescendo and diminuendo. So whatever you do, have some contrasting dynamics. Go ahead. And then find a minor triad somewhere. Sing different arrangements of a minor triad. We did A minor earlier. You could do E minor. You could do D minor. You could do, I think those are the ones that we've done so far, but you can do any minor triad that you can find. You can also do 4-note patterns or 5-note patterns, or you could add that next la. La, do, mi, la. That changes things a lot. La, do, mi, la, mi, do, la, mi, la. So go ahead and try different arrangements of a minor triad. All right, last improv project that we're doing today, I'll give you a rhythm pattern. So go ahead and play this rhythm pattern on one key. You're going to improvise with it using a set of 2 black keys and 4 white keys beginning with F. So here are 4 white keys and then 2 black keys. Notice this is also a whole tone scale. There are 2 of them on the piano, and this is the other one. So chant, 1 key, improvise using these notes, and then answer yourself with the same rhythm pattern or a different rhythm pattern. You ready? We're going to do this together. Do da dee do, here we go. Do to dee do da dee do to dee do. Do to dee do da dee do to dee do. 1 key. Do to dee do da dee do to dee do. Here we go. Do to dee do da dee do to dee do. Answer. Thank you for joining me in all of these improv projects. So many different things to try using whole tone scales this week. So don't feel like you're limited to the things that we did. I know that was a lot of different things to try, but there are so many more things that you can do. What we didn't do was play more than one note. In the whole tone scale. Ooh. 2 notes, 3 notes. There are lots of different things that you can try with this. All right, we're going to do some review now. We're going to start by reviewing German folk song. This is from our previous unit. So just to review the melody quickly, here's what it sounds like. We're in triple minor tonality, A is La. Melody starts on La. Do-da-dee-do, here I go. So let's go ahead and just play the melody together. Do-da-dee-do, here we go. There's a lot going on in that melody. If you had any trouble, go ahead and go back to Unit 19 where we introduced this song, and you can get some review on how to play this song again. So make sure, this time we didn't talk about this, so I want to make sure that you do this. Make sure you play the melody in your left hand. Always play the melody here, but this song actually works to play it in the other hand. Play the melody in your left hand and go. Now we're going to review the accompaniment for this song. The accompaniment and the tonic and dominant changes are the same for this song. There aren't 2 different things to learn. So for the 1 chord we have La. For the 5 chord we have Si. So it sounds like this. La, Si. It's just si la, si la, si la for the rest of the song. Si la, si la, si la, si la. Go ahead and play that accompaniment while I play the 2 hands together. If you're already ready to do this, you can play hands together right now. Do da dee do, ready, play. La, si la. Make sure that this week you try playing hands together. If you're having trouble putting those hands together, you can come back to this place on the video and you can play the melody while I play both parts. Then you can play the accompaniment while I play both parts. You can try little bits of the song together. You can also go to track 37 for the audio tracks that go with this book, and you can play along with that as well. This week, I would also like for you to play this melody in 2 new keyalities. If you don't know what else to do, you can do D minor. Make sure you play at least the shortened tonic, dominant, tonic cadence. So play it in D minor, also play it in E minor. Remember that black key that we have in E minor. And you'll know to use it, because if you don't, it'll sound like, ooh, that's a very different sound. All right, so those are the things for this week. Go ahead and mark those down, try those. We'll look at those when we have our group class check-in. And then we're going way back for some unit reviews. We're looking at Unit 10. We just have a couple things left. This is Daughter Come Home on page 29. So for Daughter Come Home, what we're going to do today is put this in a new tonality and in a new meter. So the original song is in minor tonality. So we're going to put it in major tonality. So go ahead and play La, Do, Mi. Now A, we're going to hear A as Do instead and play Do, Mi, So. So notice that middle note went up a half step to the black key. So let's go ahead and try playing that. I'll play both parts. You can try this a little bit, or you can listen once and then try. Sorry, do, day, do, here we go. Oh, that's different. If you try playing the accompaniment with it, I had to change the 4 chord, the subdominant chord as well. That had to go, my thumb had to go up to a black key for that as well. Otherwise, that would be interesting. That's kind of cool too. Not really our normal major tonality. We're adding chords from minor when we do that. A kind of normal thing to do, but not strictly major. So new tonality, major, and then for new meter, we're going to do triple meter. So there are a couple of ways that you could do this in triple meter. So I'll give you a couple of options, and then you figure out what works for you. So you could do it this way. Do, da, dee, do, here I go. Do, dee, do, dee, do. So all of your do days turn into do, dee, do. You could also do, you could repeat some notes, so you could make it do-da-dees. Do-da-dee, do, here I go. Harder for me to follow, but that may be easier for you to follow. So find a way to get that in triple meter and show me what you did. Mark that down. You can put the sticker on the cover for Unit 10. You are done with Unit 10 now. And then for Unit 11, we've got a couple of things we're going to add to this old man. So we're going to do the tonal pattern. I'm going to skip. I think we already did the rhythm pattern for this old man. So we're doing the tonal pattern this week. Duple meter, major tonality. Do is C. So tonal pattern, let's go ahead and sing the solfege while I play the song in its original form. You can also try this yourself first and then try it on the video with me. So remember, we start on do, mi, so, do, day, do. Here I go, so, mi, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa. Knick, knack, patty, whack, give your dog a bone. So, re, fa, mi, re, do. That's the original. If we do the tonal pattern, then we're not changing very much. There isn't too much change for the rhythm. But let's go ahead and sing that once without playing. Bum, 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 sing with me. So, mi, so, mi, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa. Knick, knack, patty, whack, give your dog a bone. So, re, fa, mi, re, do. Now we're going to sing the tonal pattern. So remember at the beginning, instead of so, mi, so, we're going to take out those long notes and it'll be so, mi, so, la, so, fa, try that. Bum, 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 here we go. So, mi, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa. Knick, knack, patty, whack, give your dog a bone. So, re, fa, mi, re, do. Whew. So let's go ahead and try playing that the same way that we just sang it. You can play it up here, or you can play it down here in the range that you'd be singing it. Do, mi, so, here we go. So, mi, so, mi, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa. Knick, knack, patty, whack, give your dog a bone. So, re, fa, mi, re, do. That's perform tonal pattern. To create with the tonal pattern, there are a couple of things that I thought we could try with this one. So the first one is, this would be a good candidate to try adding a rhythm pattern. You always can add a rhythm pattern, but sometimes it's easier than other times. So I thought this could be a fun rhythm pattern. Do, day, do, here's the pattern. Do, day, do, ta, do, day, do, ta. So it sounds like this. Here I go. Knick, knack, patty, whack, give your dog a bone. So if you want, you can try adding that rhythm pattern, or you can come up with your own rhythm pattern. Go ahead and pause and try that. The other thing is, go ahead and try some other rhythm that's not necessarily tied to a rhythm pattern, but just something that makes it more interesting. Like I thought of trying something like this. Knick, knack, patty, whack, give your dog a bone. Something like that. So you could really change the feel of a song by changing the rhythm pattern. So try those two different things. Try using a rhythm pattern, and then try just coming up with something that's different. That's for Unit 11. Go ahead and mark those things down. Sing, perform, and create with tonal pattern. And then Unit 12, we're going to look at Russian Folk Song 1. So for Russian Folk Song 1, let's go ahead and review the melody. It's been a while since we've looked at this. This is in duple meter. Do, day, do, day, do. It's in minor tonality. La, do, mi, si, mi, re, ti, si, la, do, la. La is E. And the melody starts on La. Do, day, do, here I go. So remember, at the beginning, we have a couple of things to listen for. We have those tonal patterns right away. La, la, do, ti, ti, re. And then a 5-finger pattern coming down. Re, re, do, ti, la. The rhythm at the beginning is do, day, ta, do, day, do. And then after that, we have our do, ta, do, day, do. Go ahead and practice the melody right now. Go ahead and stop and practice that. And then I'm going to go ahead and play the accompaniment with you. I'd like for you to review this. This is such a cool accompaniment. I want you to be able to play it again. So the accompaniment goes La, si, la, ti, do, ti, la, si, la. So you're starting with your middle finger on La. C is a black key. La, T is also a black key. Do, ti, la, si, la. Go ahead and play that while I play both parts. Do, day, do, ready, play. La, si, la, ti, do, ti, la, si, la. And again. Make sure you practice that hands together this week. That is such a neat accompaniment. Really beautiful. This is, you could call that a counter melody. So it's like the melody that you have in the right hand, but it's complementary. It's like another melody that's happening, but it really fits together nicely with the melody. And also, as beautiful as it is, it probably wouldn't be a melody by itself, but it fits really nicely with the melody. Okay, the things we're going to add, so those are review. I know you've done that before. Make sure you also play the melody in your left hand. If you haven't done that, even if you have, such good practice. Shape it also, make it interesting like we just did there. Then today we're going to add the rhythm pattern stuff. So we're going to go ahead and chant the rhythm pattern while I play. Do, day, do, ready, chant. Do, day, to, do, day, to, do, day, do, to, do, day, do, and again. Do, day, to, do, day, to, do, day, do, to, do, day, do. One key. Do, day, to, do, day, to, do, day, do, to, do, day, do, and again. Do, day, to, do, day, to, do, day, do, to, do, day, do. And then create something new with that. Decide what area of the keyboard you're going to use. Decide how loudly or softly you're going to play, and decide what hands and fingers you're going to use, or at least which hands you're going to use before you start. Go ahead and mark those down, practice those this week, and then last but not least, we're going to learn the last song in the book. This is called American Tune. You don't have to turn there yet. I'm going to play this. Would you move to macro beats? Figure out if the micro beats are moving in 2 like duple meter or in 3 like triple meter. So this is in duple meter. Now here's a further question for you. Does it feel better to chant divisions and micro beats at the beginning, or to chant micro beats and macro beats? Here's what I mean. Are you hearing this? Do day do day do 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 day do day do 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 day do day do 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 do, or are you hearing this? Do to day to do day do day do day do to day to do day do day do do to day to do day do day do day do to day to do day do day do. Whichever one you do, we're going to stick with that throughout the song. Neither one of those is right or wrong. It really depends on how you're hearing it. So figure out which one feels better to you. What's the tonality of this song? The song is in major tonality. Can you audiate the resting tone? Do. Let's echo these tonal patterns. Mi, sol, mi, sol, re, sol, re, sol, mi, do, sol, do, sol, do. Someone's very excited about the UPS driver across the street. Yes, it's very concerning. I know. I'm concerned too. We're going to do each of these patterns one more time, and I'd like you to help me label whether these are tonic or dominant patterns. Remember, our tonic patterns are from do, mi, sol. Our dominant patterns are from so, ti, re, fa. So here's our first pattern. Mi, sol. That's tonic major. Re, sol. dominant major, mi, do, tonic major, sol, do, tonic major. So they're all tonic except for re, sol. We're going to listen for those first two patterns. Again, like we've been doing before, we're going to use those to compare with each other as you listen to the song. So we're listening for mi, sol, and re, sol. Excuse me. Bum, 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 here I go. Bum, 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 ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, bum. Now I'll show you where they happen. Bum, 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 mi, sol, re, sol, ba, bum, 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 mi, sol, re, sol, bum. So right in a row. Now let's listen for the last two patterns. Mi, do, and sol, do. Ba, 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 ba. So these patterns are our two endings of the first phrase and the second phrase. Ba, 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 mi, do, ba, 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 so, do. That's where those two patterns are happening. Go ahead and come to the keyboard, turn in your book all the way over to page 52. This is American tune, Duple meter, major tonality. We're looking at this music information box. Do is E. Melody starts on do. We're going to play the E major, tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios. Do, do, sol, do. Not minor, not minor. Remember for your 5 chord. A couple of extra black keys. Oh my goodness. I am in E minor. And let's go ahead and play Springtime 1 in E major. By the way, if you had trouble with the tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios, I know the in E major, I know those are pretty new. You can take a look. Oh, we didn't even do those. I don't know that we've even done those in E major. We've just done the tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadence. So if you're having trouble with that, just checking here, I'm going to throw you into something that you're not prepared to do. So if you're not comfortable with that, you can go ahead and play the tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadence when in E major. Look at page 42. So feel free to pause, try that, and then come back. We're going to play and sing the tonal patterns from this song. So here's the first one. Mi, sol, re, sol, mi, do, sol, do. So go ahead and prepare one hand and fingers on the keys. I'm using my right hand. You could be using your left hand. It's a 5-finger pattern, so it could be either one. We're going to go ahead and practice the beginning. It's got this repeated movement here. Just that much. Do, 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 re, mi. If you're playing this in your right hand, it's especially tricky because that's repeating those notes on your thumb, which tends to lock up. So try to keep your thumb as loose as it can be. Make sure it's a nice tall thumb. You're playing on this side tip here, this corner of your thumb. Try to keep it gentle but lined up. When you're done with that, we're going to play the whole first phrase. Sounds like this. So that's mi, sol, re, sol, mi, do. Go ahead and try that. Now let's chant our rhythm. I'm going to chant it. We're going to do it both ways. Let's start by doing the do-ta, da-ta, do-day, do-day, do-day. Ready, play. Do-day-ta-do-day, do-day, do-day. Now let's go ahead and play it. Do-day, do, ready, play. Do-day, do-day, do, 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 do. Now we're going to look at the second phrase. It's almost the same. So it just goes so, do at the ending. Let's go ahead and play this starting with do-day, do-day, do, 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 and play. Now we're going to play with do-ta-day-ta, do-day, do-day, do, and play. Ta-day-ta, do-day, do-day, do. Let's go ahead and play the whole piece. So we're going to hear it. Do-day, do-day, do, 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 do. Do-day, do, ready, play. I'm going to teach you one more thing here, a couple of things. So we're going to do the accompaniment for this piece. The first thing we're going to do for the tonic and dominant changes is we're going to play do and sol as a tonic fifth. So we're just blocking that. We're playing those two notes at the same time. And then for our dominant chord, we're going to play T and sol at the same time. So practice playing do, sol, and T, sol. When we put that together, it sounds like this. Hi. So I'm going to hear do-ta-day-ta, do-day, here I go. Hi. So that's 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1. Go ahead and play just that while I play the two parts together. Do-ta-day-ta, do-day, ready, play. Then the accompaniment as written is on what I'm currently thinking of as do-day, 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 do-day. Just this hand while I play both parts. Do, day, do, ready, play now. Make sure you go ahead and play the melody in the left hand. In this hand. And then the last thing to do today with this song, would you please transpose this song to a favorite key? So this is currently in E major. If you like F major, play it in F major. If you like C major, play it in C major. If you like G major, play it in G major. F sharp major, play it in F sharp major. So transpose it to at least one favorite key, and that's all we're doing today for American Tune. Make sure you mark all of those things on the lesson side with whatever day it is when you're watching this. So just in summary, remember that we're doing review for units 10 and 11. We finished up unit 10, did more with unit 11 and started unit 12. Make sure you practice American Tune and the D flat major scale, as well as those other keyboard geography things that we did today. Make sure that everything you did as you were watching the video, you marked over on the lesson side. Put a check mark at home each time you practice those. Make sure you listen regularly to the recordings for this book and echo the patterns. Listen also regularly to the pattern CD. Make sure that you improvise and create every day. Always be creating something new. There were so many ideas in this unit, and you can also come up with your own things every day. Make sure you chant rhythm patterns when you play. And remember that the assignments for this unit are printed on the left side of the first page of Unit 20. Thank you so much for joining me for Music Moves for Piano Book 2, Unit 20, last unit, and I will see you in Book 3. Thanks. Have a good day.